fiat currency. Fiat is an order given by an authority that has the power to enforce that order. So a government decree is basically what gives fiat currency its purchasing power. On August 15th of 1971, all the world's currencies became fiat currencies at the same time. Now, a fiat currency is a currency today. They're backed by debt. There is no currency on the planet that is backed by an asset such as land or gold or something that the government can't reproduce at will. A government issues a bond. A bond is an IOU. They're borrowing something. They issue that, and then their central bank, they'll buy that bond, and when they do, when they write that check, currency springs into existence. It gives the Bureau of Engraving in the United States the authority to go ahead and print that currency. The Treasury then takes it and deposits it in the various branches of the government. The government then does spending, and it ends up in the hands of private contractors that are contracting for the government employees and so on, and it gets deposited into the banks. Once the banks have it, they get to lend it out through something called fractional reserve lending. You deposit $100 in the bank goes into your account and takes out 90 of that and doesn't tell you. It still says you've got $100 there, and they lend out that to somebody else. That person that's borrowing it is buying a car or a house or something like that, so they're going to give that currency to the seller of that item, and that seller then deposits it in his account, and they take 90% of that, so they take $81 out. This process repeats and repeats, and the result is that under a 10% reserve ratio, for every $100 that gets deposited, $1,000 gets created. So the government creates a small portion of our currency supply called base money, and then the banks, through fractional reserve lending, create the rest. All of the paper dollars that exist, the base money, that's a promise to tax you until the day you die, because you work for a piece of that currency, that currency supply that we have, and then you save some of it up so that you can pay tax to the IRS, so that the IRS can hand that over to the Treasury, so that the Treasury can pay the principal and the interest on that bond that borrowed the dollars into existence in the first place. The whole thing is like this hilarious scam that's been going on now for 100 years. So the entire currency supply, the way it is now, it's got value because in your experience, it purchased something yesterday, so you think it's going to purchase something tomorrow. So it is totally faith-based. The only reason it has purchasing power is because you believe it does. Whereas asset-backed currency, or the asset itself, like gold, its value is intrinsic in it. Its value is created by the rarity, by the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to get it up out of the ground and minted into a coin. Gold cannot vanish into thin air. Dollars, which are created from debt, can vanish into thin air. There have been thousands upon thousands upon thousands of fiat currencies throughout history. There isn't one that has survived